Salutations. Um, so, I have a little story and a poem, a portion of a poem. Last Sunday was a worship night at church. And I went there and I was writing poetry as a form of worship to God. And uh, pastor started talking about fear and calling out fear and anxiety, as being from the enemy. And I started writing about that. And then I felt that feeling I feel when the Spirit's calling me to do something. And he was like, go up and share this because other people need to hear it. And it's like, all right, because I've had that feeling before, a lot of times, and when I haven't acted on it, it's the worst feeling imaginable. But when I do, it's the greatest. So I went down in front of the stage, made my way down there. There were a bunch of people down there up in front because he was calling people up, if they were dealing with this issue. So, I called the pastor's name and I was like, hey, I have a message regarding fear. So he knelt down and he said, all right, what is it? I have to confirm it. I was like, yeah, of course. And by the way, that's a mark of a very good spiritual leader is you have to confirm that really is the Spirit speaking, to protect your congregation. So I quietly read it to him and then he's like, all right, hop up here. So then he introduced me and he was like, there's this thing that Robert wrote here in the last few moments. So anyhow, this is what I wrote pertaining to fear. So this is the ending of the full poem I was writing, and I think I might share the full poem, but in a separate video. So look below in the description for the link. I'll probably will wind up adding it, or you'll see it pop up in my videos. But anyways, here we go. I can barely see the steps to my own path, but if I have a mustard seed, I can trust you wherever you lead. The heartache, the pain, the spikes being pounded into my brain from every migraine, the gaping wounds in my side, my soul, my pride, do not mean you have forsaken me. Indeed, you took my place. This momentary trouble, a mere shadow of stubble to an ancient man's beard, compared to the heavenly riches you have prepared as dishes for those you have called by name. Make my manic fears tame. I have hope, 'cause the day is soon coming that I'll leap with the lame. Every tear I've shed from my eyes, and even those I've held in and tried to hide, you have counted and caught. The enemy will not win the war you have already fought. There is no reason to fear, because no matter how alone I feel, you are always near. I didn't expect for my message to have the impact on others that it did. Because so often we feel alone in our troubles. But the thing about humanity is that we are supposed to live in community. We're supposed to walk with each other through things, and we all face the same life and have a lot of the same struggles, even though we don't walk the exact same path. We can relate to each other, and that's one of the reasons why I love poetry, because it's just in its raw form, it speaks of the human condition and the human experience so deeply. But there were people crying and thanking me, and there were 600 applauding people as I hopped down off the stage, and there were people, kneeling down and praying. And if I hadn't, though, if I had chosen to hide that and not be vulnerable, then other people, God was still spoken to them in other ways, but they wouldn't have heard these words. And these words didn't completely come from just me. So, be vulnerable, take the risk. I even had someone, ask me for what I said, to send them the words. And, I shed tears that night because like, I don't know. I think I was a little dull to those things that I wrote about, but seeing that impact on other people, and just the love that I was given from others, and my dad, coming over and putting his arms around me and praying over me. It touched the spot. And more than that, one of my friends, later on in the worship service, towards the end, he spoke in tongues, and it was, you could just feel the emotion. You could feel your spirit inside agreeing with it and listening, even though your mind couldn't understand. And some time passed, the pastor paused and prayed for interpretation, and it almost seemed like there wasn't going to be one, because a lot of times the pastor will give one, but it's not always just him. It's confirmed by a lot of other believers in the congregation who have that gift. And he said, if anyone has an interpretation, to speak now. And then this guy up in the balcony a little ways from me, he spoke up, and I don't recall the exact words, but it was confirming all the things in my poem. It was confirming the worship songs. It was saying, have no fear, because I fight for you. I have gone before you. I am breaking down the strongholds. I am a stronghold for you. I am with you. So we face struggles and heartache and pain, and this world is tough and it's getting tougher. There's a lot of spiritual battle going on that's reflected in the geopolitical sphere, but do not let go of the truth that God loves you, that He is holding on to you and guiding you, and that He goes before you and He is breaking down everything in your way, leading you to green pastures, to a quiet place. So, with that, I just say in the comments if you have anything I or others can pray for, or any encouraging words, or you have anything going on, please share. So, take care, and God, of course, will be with you.